Yes.
All right, good. That's great. That's great. And how are you doing then?
Uh,
How are you
I'm
doing?
fine, and
Uh-huh.
I activity.
And dan saya beraktivitas dan dalam bahasa Inggris kita cukup bilang dan saya habis ngapain gitu. And I have been.
And I has been
Mhm.
uh, and I has been and I has been uh,
Like what? What have you been doing?
uh, course
Oh, I've
of
been having a course,
course of mm, course of uh, uh,
massage,
uh, course of stroke,
stroke.
course of stroke,
What is that?
treating of stroke, treating or cough,
Oh, trees. Uh,
menanggulangi uh, stroke.
stroke jantung stroke.
Uh,
Oh, bagaimana cara mengobati pasien stroke atau
yeah,
oh, dan tadi maksudnya Pak Widyo mau bilang saya habis belajar melakukan hal tersebut gitu.
yeah.
Oh, I've been taking stroke
Oh yeah,
treatment course.
yeah. I has been taking
A stroke treatment
stroke for patient.
for patients. Yes, stroke, stroke treatment course,
Oh, stroke treatment
course,
for patient.
course for patients. Yes, that's also correct. Okay. So you've been learning how to do that. All right. You seem to be learning a lot of things. I mean, you learn how to give a massage, right?
Yes.
And you learn English, and now there's something new that you're also learning how to give treatments to stroke patients. Yeah. I think it's just interesting. Jadi Pak Widyo belajar banyak banyak sekali hal yang memijat, terus bahasa Inggris, dan ini baru lagi memberikan treatment kepada pasien stroke, ya kan?
Uh, Still related to message.
Oh, it's still related. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay. All right. So maybe it's in one field, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting then. Okay, but anyway, so as mentioned in our previous meeting, that for today we will be having this discussion, this conversation about what do you call it again? Intellectual property rights, right?
Yes.
Now,
Intellectual property right. Uh,
regarding copyright,
regarding regarding
copyright,
copyright,
yeah, exactly. So, and
part
from
of
the
copyright.
yes, part of copyrights. Yes, exactly. Now, so from the book that you sent me on WhatsApp, right? I've read it, but of course not all because it's a lot. There's so many things. And so, but I read what I can understand. And of course, from my understanding, I can put out some questions. Jadi berdasarkan pemahaman Tom, setelah Tom baca-baca sedikit, Tom telah Tom bisa menyusun beberapa pertanyaan yang bisa relatable, that is relatable with with intellectual property rights. Okay. Nah, and remember one thing that although we will be having a discussion, the focus will still be about present tense.
Yes. Present tense.
Nah, exactly. So let me just share you your document so that you can at least see. Okay. Nah, oke. Nah, jadi ini untuk Tom tunjukin aja ya. Nah, jadi kalau mungkin if maybe you forgot, you can just look at this and yeah, just apply what we have here. Just a short review ya. Dari pertanyaan-pertanyaan Tom akan lebih banyak menggunakan simple present tense jawabannya dan juga present perfect continuous tense. Walaupun of course Pak Widyo memiliki kebebasan untuk menggunakan tenses yang manapun. Hanya saja kembali lagi, akan lebih banyak jawaban yang menggunakan simple present dan present perfect continuous. Jadi reviewnya adalah simple present digunakan untuk hal-hal secara umum atau sebuah kebiasaan. Sedangkan present perfect continuous digunakan untuk
Saat
aksi-aksi
ini,
yang terjadi di masa
saat
lalu
dan saat ini
Aha.
masih berlangsung.
dan masih berlangsung atau untuk hal-hal yang baru saja terjadi. Gitu. Oke, jadi seperti itu ya. Dan pertanyaannya, oh, and we'll just start. Oke, kita langsung mulai aja. Oke, Tom buka dokumen Tom dulu. Oke. So, and this is just a warm up. Kita pemanasan dulu aja, oke?
Ya.
So, okay, so when we are talking about creators project, how do creators project their ideas and creations in the digital age?
Further,
Okay,
how do
creators project their ideas and creations in the digital age? Jadi bagaimana para kreator memproyeksikan ide-ide dan buatan mereka, creation, mereka apapun di era digital sekarang.
secara visual saya nggak bisa mengingat. Cuma kalau dituliskan mungkin bisa kan secara
Oh, oke.
saya
Oke,
kurang tangkap. Tapi kalau misalnya dituliskan,
Boleh.
mungkin akan bisa lebih.
Boleh. Berarti Tom share saja pertanyaannya di sini. Oke. Nah, oke. Sudah ada di chat? Ya.
Oke, bentar.
How do creators project their ideas and creations in the digital age? Jadi bagaimana para Jadi bagaimana para kreator memproyeksikan atau melindungi ide dan kreasinya di era digital?
The creator has been doing the creation the creation
Mau bilang apa?
Register to Directorate Jenderal Kekayaan Intelektual.
Oke. Direktorat
Jenderal Kekayaan Intelektual.
Kekayaan intelektual itu bahasa Inggrisnya Directorate General of Intellectual Property.
Property right.
Yes, Directorate General of Intellectual Property. Like that. Okay. And that's so they can register their creations to the Directorial General, yeah? So by using intellectual property rights. All right, very good. And can you explain more? Okay, tulis di sini. Wait. Okay. Can you explain more about intellectual property rights? There we go. Second question. Can you explain more about intellectual property rights?
Intellectual property right.
Mhm.
Intellectual property right
Is
intellectual property is everything about creation,
everything about
art,
what? Creation.
Creation,
Mhm.
creation, creation, art,
Mhm.
uh,
Art, maybe like
the result
people.
of thought, the
Okay.
result of thought, the result of human thought.
I see. So intellectual property right is everything that has something to do with the creation of human thoughts, right?
Yes.
I see. So that is intellectual property rights. And everyone has the right to submit or register an idea, right?
Yeah.
I see. So let's say, let's say let's say I made what, yeah? Okay, let's say I made a new, oh no. Let's say I made a new snack.
Yeah.
Okay, I made a new snack. And this is my recipe, resep Tom. This is my recipe. Is this intellectual, will this be under my name? Oh, kamu lagi tanya. Jadi kalau ini Tom membuat resep baru, apakah resep ini akan ada di bawah nama Tom? Will it be under my name?
Resep or trademark. Your
Recipe or
resep
what?
or trademark.
Oh, okay. Trademark.
Trademark. Trademark, brand or trademark is a brand. Brand is something. A brand comes from brand. A brand is trademark for something.
For a brand is trademark for something. Okay. And so will the brand be under my name?
It's a sign. It's a sign. A product of our product.
I see. It's a sign of our product. Okay, so it can still be under intellectual property rights, yeah?
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah, because I have this. I mean, I know a news about Geprek Bensu. Nah, they have a conflict with Geprek Bensu, right? That Geprek Bensu is Ruben Onsu's intellectual property, but then someone else said that, oh no, this is originally mine, and so Ruben Onsu paid like 2 billion rupiah or something like that to buy the name, to buy the intellectual property, the property rights. Yeah, so well, I know that kind of news. All right. Anyway, sedikit tips bahwa ketika kita mau menyampaikan sebuah jawaban, seringkali kita stuck ketika memberikan jawaban karena aduh nggak tahu mau bilang apa nih selanjutnya, terutama kalau menggunakan bahasa lain. Nah, jadi ada baiknya kalau kita memanfaatkan pause aja, kita memanfaatkan waktu jeda Jadi misalkan Tom lagi berbicara bla 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 bla, kemudian Tom tidak tahu harus mau bilang apa selanjutnya. Tom diam aja dulu untuk berpikir, baru Tom sampaikan, gitu. Oke, jadi dipastikan bahwa kita tahu jawabannya, tahu kata-katanya juga di dalam otak kita, baru kita sampaikan.
Oh iya.
Like that, oke? Nah, jadi kita santai aja kan, lebih ke ngobrol tentang intellectual property. Oke, alright. And another question is this. What are the important things to consider when using other people's work in your own project? What are the important things to consider when
What
using
are
other
the
people's
important
work?
things consider when using other
Other people's work.
thing consider?
Other people's work. So let's say I want to make a company, I want to make a brand, but I use someone else's design. I pay someone to make me the design.
What are the important things consider?
Jadi hal-hal penting apa saja yang perlu dipertimbangkan ketika kita menggunakan hasil kerja orang lain di dalam proyek kita. Misalkan bikin video YouTube, kita pakai soundtrack dari lagu orang, kan sering ya. Nah, so what are the important things to consider?
Important thing to know include is what is the work?
Whatever work, like it could be anything, bisa apa aja. Misalkan, let's say project, yeah, let's say I want to make a video and I take someone else's song to be in my video.
What are the important things that consider when
using
apa yang harus diketahui ketika kita mau menggunakan karya cipta orang lain itu maksudnya?
Yes, karya cipta orang lain atau hasil kerja orang lain di dalam proyek kita gitu.
First, you must include the source. The source. Then permission. Permission to the creator.
So we need to ask their permission first, right? And yeah. So what if we don't ask for permission? Jadi apa yang terjadi kalau kita tidak minta izin? What happens if we don't ask for permission?
Will be subject to sanction.
Okay.
Sanction.
Subject to sanctions.
Sanction in the form will be subject to sanction in the form of a warning.
Or in the form of warning.
Warning.
I see. Okay, very good, very good. Nah, betul sekali. Jadi jawabannya tadi sangat bagus. Nggak ada yang salah sama sekali. Tapi untuk kelancaran, kita akan coba pertanyaan yang sama, Dan Pak Widyo boleh memberikan jawaban yang sama juga. Oke, demi kelancaran supaya kita makin fluent aja. Kita coba lagi pertanyaannya sama dengan jawabannya sama. Oke. What are the important things to consider when using other people's work in your own project?
Will be subject to sanction in the form and warning.
That is if we don't ask for permission.
Yeah.
Nah, coba, nah, jadi dari pertanyaannya kita buat dijawab dulu, baru kalau ada pertanyaan lain, baru coba jawab lagi, like that, okay?
Yeah.
Nah, kita coba lagi pertanyaan yang sama, tapi Tom mau kembali ke pertanyaan nomor 1 dulu. Nah, jadi kan tadi Pak Widya sudah ada bayangan harus menjawab apa. Jadi seharusnya sekarang lebih lancar. Oke. How do creators protect their ideas and creations in the digital age? How do creators protect their ideas and creations in the digital age?
How do creators to protect their, how do creators to protect their ideas? The creator protect idea by
by having intellectual property rights.
By having intellectual property right.
I see. Nah, dan juga satu hal lagi, ada baiknya kalau kita terus berusaha menjelaskan. Jadi sama seperti ketika Pak Widyo misalkan lagi mengajar di kelas, nggak mungkin cuma bilang, oh intellectual property right. Nah, tapi pasti dijelaskan sedikit. Nah, kita coba paksa bagian itunya, di mana Pak Widyo harus menjelaskan lebih dan lebih. Oke?
Yeah.
Pertanyaan yang sama, how do creators protect their ideas and creations in the digital age?
Dipaksa sebentar. Nggak keluar.
Nggak apa-apa, santai aja. Anggaplah kita lagi ngobrol, bukan interview ya, tapi ngobrol, diskusi.
Register with DJKI by online register.
Okay.
By online register, the first we must be have
we must have
we must have account
an
account copyright online.
Okay, so we need to make the account online first, then we can register our works, right? Yes, so we need to have the account first, then we can register our creations, our arts or our anything like that.
Please, pardon.
Okay.
Can you?
So what you mean is first we need to have an account, then we can register our anything.
Yes.
I see. And we can make the account online, right?
Yes.
I see. Okay, so it is an easy process, yeah?
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Nah, jadi seperti itu. Jadi ada timbal baliknya gitu. sambil menjelaskan. Terus Pak Wido juga bisa menyuruh Tom, oke, kalau Tom bisa memberikan contoh. Misalkan Tom menciptakan sesuatu. Nah, bikin dulu aja akunnya, baru didaftarkan, diregister, dan menunggu beberapa waktu untuk akhirnya terbitlah hak cipta tersebut. Gitu. Jadi bisa diberikan contoh juga. Oke.
Okay. The process is very fast.
Okay.
Previously, it took a long time.
Long time.
Because it was not online register. Yeah.
I see. So it's difficult because it was manual, and now that it's online, everything is easier and faster. So,
Yeah.
I see. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right. Now, speaking about rules, right? About property rights. I have this question. How can you make sure you're not breaking the rules when using things you find online?
How can you make sure
you're not breaking the rules when using things you find online? So, for example, when I download a picture from Google, can I use that in my presentation? Or how can I be sure whether or not I can use it?
The first, we have an account. Then prepare administration. The prepare administration like identity card.
Okay.
For example, creation. Transfer letter. A statement of transfer of right. Transfer of right transfer. Statement of transfer of right transfer. Campus. Or company. Then after input online, input the pay mobile banking.
Okay.
And after that, then certificate comes.
Oh, then after that, the certificate comes. Okay, wait, but the question is, how can we make sure? How can we make sure that we're not breaking any rules? So yeah, just like when, let's say I download a picture from Google and I use it in my presentation. Is that breaking the rules? Or when let's say I make a commercial video and I use someone else's song. Now, I mean, I don't know whether I'm breaking the rules or not. So how can I make sure?
How can I make sure?
How can I make sure?
Mm-mm.
Ya, jadi bagaimana cara memastikan bahwa misalkan Tom mau membuat video komersil menggunakan lagu orang dari atau foto orang. Nah, Tom nggak tahu apakah hal tersebut melanggar aturan atau tidak. Bagaimana cara memastikan bahwa kita tidak melanggar aturan apapun?
On YouTube there will warnings.
Oh, there will be warnings?
Uh-uh.
Uh-huh.
About that music. About of the music is the music use. The music of use to someone else.
Oh, so YouTube can detect that.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. So we cannot just copy paste a song or anything, yeah?
Mm-mm.
We definitely need to ask for permission, then the warning will go away like that. Okay. That's very interesting then. Nah, jadi seperti itu juga. Tadi sudah sangat bagus, udah ada timbal balik gitu kan. Tom bertanya, Pak Widyo menjawab, Tom nggak paham, Tom tanya lagi, Pak Widyo jawab lagi, dan diberikan contoh. Nah, itu bagus. Jadi harus ada timbal baliknya gitu. Oke, nah sama satu hal lagi yang perlu diingatkan bahwa lebih baik kita menggunakan silent voice daripada harus menggunakan filler voice. Filler voice itu seperti nah itu disebut filler voice. Lebih baik kita menggunakan silent voice atau
silent.
untuk diam karena walaupun jawabannya jelas, semakin sering Tom melakukan ini kesannya sangat membingungkan jadinya.
Yeah.
Jadi lebih bingung kalau kita orang lain lebih bingung kalau kita banyak AE daripada ketika kita diam. Makanya lebih baik kita diam sambil memikirkan apa hal selanjutnya yang mau disampaikan.
Oke.
Gitu. Dan jauh lebih baik salah daripada kita bilang terlalu sering. Gitu.
Oke.
Very good. Nah, sekarang kita lanjut lagi. Let's see. Okay. How can companies make sure they protect their ideas but still encourage new ideas and working together? How can companies make sure they protect their ideas but still encourage new ideas and working together?
There will be a registration for copyright.
There will be registration for copyright. But then how do we encourage our team, our employees to have new ideas?
Pardon?
So we can register the copyrights, right? The property rights when we have something. However, how do we encourage our employees to create or to make new ideas? Because sometimes when, let's say I work for a company and I make an invention, I make a creation, that creation will be the property rights of the company and not me. Right?
If you have a new idea, you have to register again.
We have to register. Oh, oke. Jadi maksudnya seperti ini. Dari pertanyaan ini, misalkan Tom bekerja untuk sebuah company menciptakan hal baru nih. Ciptaan Tom itu akan menjadi property right dari company Tom. Nah, makanya seringkali, dan ini problem juga, yang Tom sering lihat bahwa jadinya beberapa karyawan, apalagi di bidang kedokteran gitu-gitu, mereka jadi males untuk menciptakan hal baru. Karena untuk apa? Kalau diambil orang, diambil namanya diambil sama company, bukan atas nama saya jadinya, tapi atas nama company. Nah,
Uh, uh, hmm. If in Gunadarma,
okay.
If in Gunadarma, all creation is the name Gunadarma.
Under the name of Gunadarma, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the creator, the creator will gain, will gain
mendapatkan apa?
Appreciation.
Oh, an appreciation, okay.
Appreciation will give 1 million.
1 million?
Yes.
1 juta?
Yeah.
Hanya 1 juta? Like, as an appreciation?
Depending on campus policy. Yeah, policy. Example, for example, in USU, University USU, each patent owner, in USU, its patent owner granted give 15 million rupiah.
Oh, okay. So it really depends on the policy from each university.
Yes.
I see. Okay, but there is the appreciation of whoever makes something. That's why
Yes.
So that is the way in which the company or anything can encourage people to keep on making new ideas and working together. Okay. Now that is a very good example.
And the copyright and the copyright granted give 5 million rupiah in USU, as in USU. Yeah.
I see. Yeah. So that's the form of appreciation for whoever created something. Yeah. Okay.
Every campus is different. Different appreciation for a creator or inventor.
Inventor. Yes. Yeah. See, that's a very good answer. Very good. Okay. Now, there is another question here. It's about the law, right? So I'm not sure whether you know the answer, but I'm just going to give it a try. What are some new things happening with the laws about protecting ideas and creations that affect artists and people who use creative work?
Okay. Copyright law. Copyright law provides protection for 70 years.
Mhm. Okay.
Plus 10 years. 10 years after the creator dies.
Okay.
Patent
Mhm.
enforces
Mhm.
protection
Patent enforces protection.
simple patent as long as for 10 years.
Mhm.
And regular patent for 20 years.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So that is the new law.
yeah.
I see. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Yeah, yeah. Again, because I don't know anything about about intellectual property rights, right? So I think this discussion is very, very beneficial for me. Very good, very good, very good. Now, okay. People being fair. How can school?
Patent required as patent requires a long time to be granted.
A long time.
Yeah.
Okay. What makes it such a long time?
The first, uh, must pass an administration inspection.
Okay.
Mm, then
Mm-hmm.
substantive
Mm-hmm.
check substantive.
Mm-hmm.
Then an announcement time.
Mm-hmm.
Then announcement time. Then after checking drafting patent,
Mm-hmm.
and there were no errors.
Mm-hmm.
There were no errors
Mm-hmm.
in writing the patent.
Mm-hmm.
Then is granted.
I see. Okay. So so there are a few steps before it can be granted, and
Yeah,
it's not that simple, yeah.
yeah.
Hmm. Okay, 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 okay. All right. One last.
While creating copyright, when copyright,
Mm-hmm.
while copyright difference patent,
Mm-hmm.
copyright is very fast.
Mm-hmm. Copyright is fast. Well, patent is long, yeah.
even if it is the same online register.
Mhm. But still, it's two different process.
Yes.
I see. That's fair enough. Now, I have one other question. What does fair use mean when it comes to using other people's work? And how do people decide if it's fair or not? Yeah, do you know what is fair use? Mhm. Fair use.
Fair use. Okay. For educational purpose,
Mhm.
maybe use copyright
Mhm.
long as you don't commercial,
Or as long as it's not commercial.
not commercial.
Mhm. But if it's educational, then it is commercial, right? I mean, let's say I go, okay, let's say this course, you're learning English with me, right? And I show you a picture
Yeah.
inside of someone else's presentation, let's say. Now, how do I know that? How do I know if it's, if it's okay or not okay? Is it fair or not fair?
Everyone has everyone has creativity.
Mhm.
Even though it's the same,
Mhm.
even though the same, they are definitely different.
Okay. Oke, Tom masih belum paham. Jadi kan pertanyaannya tentang fair use. Em, dan tadi Pak Widyo bilang kalau tujuannya edukasi selama tidak komersil, nggak apa-apa,
Yeah.
silakan. Nah, tapi kalau bentuknya edukasi, les-lesan, misalkan les kita, kan komersil. Tom jual jasa Tom. Dan Tom gunakan misalkan buku buku bahasa Inggris orang lain. Nah, itu seperti apa?
While if you buy the book,
Okay,
uh,
then it's okay, right?
yeah.
But what if I don't buy the book? I download it online.
Okay. During in online time, it's difficult. It's difficult to check violation. Violation. Yeah, violation of that core.
Okay, so actually,
therefore, therefore, some publisher use information technology to limit to limit use.
I see.
Except with certain codes.
I see.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Now I understand. As in, yeah. So it means that actually it's not allowed. It is a violation, right? But it's hard to check. It's hard to be sure because it's an online world. It's a digital era, right? So it's difficult to check. But it is okay as long as it's not commercial. Oke. Nah, dan dari situ kita bisa ambil sedikit konklusi bahwa kita udah bisa, tapi sebelumnya Tom perlu tahu, kalau Pak Widyo sambil kelihatan mengetik itu sambil sambil pakai Google Translate ya?
Iya.
Nggak apa-apa, itu sangat bagus, karena berarti otak kita lagi stres untuk berpikir, ini artinya apa ya, terus langsung dikasih jawaban, itu memicu untuk cepat ingat, supaya cepat paham. Gak apa-apa, jadi itu sangat bagus kalau bicara sambil translate secara langsung sendiri, gitu. Nah, dan selebihnya jawaban-jawabannya sebenarnya sudah cukup bisa dipahami. Hanya saja memang ada beberapa tips dan trik untuk memberikan jawaban yang lebih bagus. Yang pertama, Tom sambil catat. Kurangi filler voice. Kurangi filler voice yang a. Kemudian, untuk menjawab sebuah pertanyaan, ada baiknya kalau kita selalu menggunakan beberapa kata dari pertanyaan tersebut. Supaya lebih dapat konteksnya. Karena seperti ini, misalkan pertanyaannya yang terakhir, what does a fair use mean when it comes to using other people's work, and how do people decide if it's fair or not? Well, people can decide whether it's fair or not when it comes to fair use is by doing blah 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 blah. Nah, jadi kita mengulang pertanyaannya dulu, kita parafrasekan menjadi dalam bentuk statement, baru kita memberikan jawaban kita. Karena kalau tidak, kesannya seperti ini. Pak Widyo suka ayam? Suka. Nah, cuman gitu aja. Lebih baik kalau jawabannya Pak Widyo suka ayam, saya lumayan suka sih untuk ayam. Nah, jadi jawabannya lebih panjang dan lebih bernada, lebih mudah diterima kesannya. Gitu. Jadi itu adalah 2 tips untuk memberikan jawaban yang lebih mudah dipahami. Berarti ulang beberapa kata dari pertanyaan tersebut. Ya, kayak gitu. Jadi itu 2 tips yang bisa kita lakukan. Selebihnya, ya kembali lagi sudah bisa dipahami dan kita sudah jalankan diskusi ini. Nah, bagaimanapun itu, Tom belum puas. Nah, jadi oke. Tom share semua ini. Wait. Oke. Tom akan taruh semua pertanyaan ini di dokumen Pak Widyo. Oke. Nah, Tom, kita taruh sini dulu. Oke, kita jadikan nomor 1. Kali beri 24. Oke, dan Tom share juga di WhatsApp supaya mungkin kalau jadi lebih jelas kita share. Oke, nah dan karena Tom belum puas, di pertemuan selanjutnya kita akan coba pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang sama.
Oke.
Nah, jadi yang bisa Pak Widyo lakukan adalah, Tom yakin 100% bahwa Pak Widyo sudah tahu jawaban semuanya, tapi tidak tahu bahasa Inggrisnya, gitu kan. Nah, jadi boleh sambil cari tahu nih, apa bahasa Inggrisnya, kemudian contoh apa saja yang bisa Pak Widyo berikan. Nah, dan kita nanti coba ulang. Karena Tom masih mau mendapatkan kesan bahwa kita ngobrol, bukan interview.
Iya.
Kalau interview, tanya Pak Widio jawab, tanya Pak Widio jawab sebatas itu. Nah, Tom mau kita ada kesan ngobrol. Misalkan Pak Widio boleh juga, Tom sebelumnya pernah coba ini nggak? Nah, misalkan kayak gitu. Atau sebelumnya Tom tahu nggak fair use itu apa? Karena Tom nggak tahu sejujurnya. Gitu. Tom cuma baca, Tom nggak paham ya sudah Tom tanyakan gitu kan. Dan atau misalkan contoh-contoh yang lebih relatable dengan kehidupan kita. Tom seorang guru. Tom nggak pernah beli buku orang, tapi Tom gunakan apapun yang mereka tulis dalam bukunya. Dan Tom tunjukkan ke murid-murid Tom, apakah itu nggak apa-apa, karena tujuannya edukasi, oh tapi berbayar, komersil, karena ini les-lesan. Nah itu gimana sistemnya? Jadi lebih relatable dengan apa yang Pak Widyo dan Tom bisa relate-kan diri kita masing-masing, dan Tom mau ada kesan bahwa kita tuh ngobrol.
Oke.
Nah, jadi pertanyaannya tadi udah Tom share, boleh silakan dipelajari. Nah, tapi menurut Pak Widyo tadi kesulitannya di mana?
Kesulitannya saya belum eh, otak saya belum bisa menangkap bentuk pertanyaan kalau tidak membaca, kalau hanya mendengar saja.
Tapi kalau misalkan problem itu nggak ada nih, misalkan Pak Widyo sudah bisa nangkep pertanyaannya tanpa bentuk tulisan. Kira-kira dalam konteks memberikan jawaban, kesulitannya di mana?
Eh, Keterbatasan vocabnya dalam
Keterbatasan.
menjawab
Oke.
pertanyaan.
Oh, itu aja.
Ya,
Oke, 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 oke. Nah, jadi kalau vocab itu bukan sesuatu yang direkomendasikan untuk diberikan, tapi memang kita harus cari tahu sendiri. Makanya tadi kalau Pak Widyo sambil buka Google Translate sendiri itu sangat bagus, karena Pak Widyo langsung mencari hal-hal yang terdekat dengan Pak Widyo, langsung diartikan. Oh, saya nggak tahu kasur bahasa Inggrisnya apa, tapi saya tidur di kasur setiap hari. Nah, cari cari arti kasur dalam bahasa Inggris. Nah, kalau ini konteksnya dalam intellectual property, bidang Pak
oke.
Widyo sendiri. Jadi Tom sangat encourage, sangat sangat mendorong Pak Widyo, mensupport Pak Widyo untuk tetap searching kata-kata sendiri ketika kita ngobrol, gitu. Tapi untuk konteksnya terhadap yang kita fokuskan tadi, present tense itu udah kepake semua. Jadi sangat bagus. Gitu. Ditambah tadi Pak Widyo pakai beberapa bentuk past tense ada, dan future tense. Ada
Ya,
satu atau dua, nggak banyak, tapi semuanya sudah bisa dipahami. Berarti tinggal vocabularies-nya aja, gitu. Nah, Tom nanti bisa bantu cari list untuk vocabulary yang penting di bidang Pak Widyo. Nanti Tom masukkan ke bentuk ke dokumen Pak Widyo aja, gitu.
oke,
Oke,
paham.
nah, tapi kembali lagi, pertemuan selanjutnya kita akan bahas pertanyaan yang sama.
Betul.
Oke, gitu.
Oke, Tam.
Nah, siap. Dan sedikit koreksi ya, cuman sedikit aja ada di sini. Oke, nah, Tom taruh sini. Oke, nah, Tom zoom in. Nah, I've been core stroke. Nah, tadi ini kita sudah ya. I've been I've been taking a stroke a stroke treatment for patients, gitu ya. Tadi ini sudah. Kemudian we must have an account, we must have an account. Karena kalau pakai be menjadi seperti ini, we must be having an account, gitu. Karena kalau ada verb to be dilanjutkan dengan verb harus ada ing-nya, gitu. Oke, kemudian for example, nah ini Tom nggak paham sebenarnya tadi maksudnya mau bilang apa. For example, creation transfer letter. Apa itu?
Setiap orang punya kreasi yang berbeda-beda. Walaupun sama tapi beda.
Oh, berarti for example, For example, when people have a creation, it will always be different. Gitu. Nah,
Misalnya Tom sama saya punya menciptakan gambar burung. Tom juga menciptakan gambar burung, sama-sama gambar burung, tapi ya kan sama gambar burung, tapi pasti idenya beda. Sesuatu yang patut dihargai dalam intellectual property. Kalau saya misalnya saya mendaftarkan gambar burung saya, Tom juga menciptakan gambar tentang burung, ya mereka juga tetap menerima karena setiap orang berbeda, karena itu semua adalah hasil olah pikir manusia tentang burung misalnya.
Oke. Jadi sama tapi berbeda karena pola pikir yang berbeda dan idenya pasti berbeda gitu kan. Walaupun menggambarkan hal yang sama. Nah, yeah. So that's very good. For example, when people have a creation itu. Nah, Jadi satu pesan lagi, inilah berbahayanya ketika kita mentranslate kata per kata. Itu yang sangat dihindari juga. Karena dalam bahasa Inggris bisa langsung berubah, benar-benar berubah artinya. Sama seperti kalau kita bahasa Inggris ke Jepang, grammarnya aja kebalik gitu. Makanya kalau kita mau translate sesuatu harus lebih baik berdasarkan satu kalimat itu. Jadi satu kalimat yang kita translate, bukan per kata. Minimal ada 2 atau 3 kata deh. Jangan cuma satu, karena artinya bisa berubah.
Oke.
Very good. Yang selanjutnya, then after input online. Then after we input apa? Oh, input it online. Then after we input it online. Okay. The pay mobile banking. Okay. The pay is through. Jadi pembayarannya melalui mobile banking. It's through mobile banking. Will gain appreciation. Will gain an appreciation. Akan mendapatkan sebuah apresiasi. Gitu. Nah, jadi itulah diskusi kita hari ini. Coba lagi, selanjutnya kita coba lagi. Oke. Oke, nah, tapi ada pertanyaan nggak sejauh ini?
Tidak.
No. Okay, if there's no question, then, well, thank you so much for today's meeting, right?
Thank you, Tom.
Okay, thank you so much, and I'll see you next week, okay?
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye, Tom.